Um, First of all, I just want to start off by saying thank you, God. I make the same videos over and over. For me, it's a way to just like strengthen myself and reinforce reality. And things are getting so bad with me because it's just like the level of validations are just scary. These perps obviously knew that I was never going to subscribe to that, but it's getting worse for them because as they want me to internalize this manipulation that I've been saying, it's been happening to me. I can just pull out somebody saying the same thing so easily. So they've been trying to like discredit this information, finding ways to just make me feel doubtful that that's not the things they do. And so, as a target individual, which is what I am, this perp's job is to make you feel guilty for what they do to you and internalize these things as if it's you. And they utilize the same kind of perps. A lot of perps, as for me, are teenage trash. But there's a lot of similarity in other target videos saying the same thing. There's a lot of teenage participants. I think it's because my location right here, there's like there's like families that live around and they're teenage trash tend to partake it a lot. But there's also some that move here that are just some young adults. And so there's a high volume of like just pure immaturity. And when I say immaturity, I should be careful because it's not immaturity. It's design immaturity. It's immaturity to regress you into accepting this manipulation, even when the validations are to that level. And it's diabolical, the things they're part of. It's diabolical. It's things that you know they deserve to be killed for. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to do that. But what they're part of and how they've been trying to cover that up has been disgusting. For me, the perps are come in different categories. There's like the teenage trash, mature trash. There's like the neighbors that live around here. And then there's the co-workers that have this entitled thinking of like they're intellectual. They're so intellectual that it will override the reality. Like it's like a condescending kind of like gaslighting. It's like a gaslighting where I am this smart, or I am a professional and I'm presenting myself as just a normal person that is just a professional who is an analytical individual, and based on that you should be subscriptive of what I'm saying and ignore reality. It's like a condescending gaslighting tactic. So you get different fronts, at least for me, of different gaslighters, because what's happening is it is impossible to break down or to cover up this level of validation. Because what they do, it's funny they use the word matching, it's exactly what other target individuals do, or other target individuals have testified and said. It's scary. It's like this is a machine that is just doing things so robot, like systematically, that there's nothing creative about what they're doing. It's just things that they know is working. This is what works, and we're going to stick to what works, and we're going to stick to that tactic. So what happens is testimonials come from everywhere. I'm using this ChatGPT, Gemini like apps, right? Which basically what it does is synthesize the information based on what they can find on the internet. And thankfully, there's been a lot of testimonials from target individual, and I think target individual, we should continue to the end to continue to speak about it. So it makes it even easier for this ChatGPT AI to just gather this information. So when another target individual is getting disturbed and manipulated, and they want you to internalize, they can just look up: is this happening to target individual? The TI claims these things, and things. The information, the result will show, oh, this person said this about this, made a 45-minute video about this manipulation, and so I've been doing that. So these professionals, these people who are supposed to be like, no, we're just not doing the same thing that everybody else is saying, and I've been using the same videos in the past about target individuals speaking about being manipulated in these degrading ways, having these disgusting, nasty manipulations, this pedophilia type of torture. This is coming from testimonials I've heard over and over and over and over and over. And I feel this participant got like immune to it. It's like, oh, it's just, who else is saying that? I was like, what? And today, things like ChatGPT or Gemini, instead of me having to look again and go through all the YouTube videos, you type in, it's like, hey, has TI claimed these things and that? Has this been claimed? Have they been saying they're forced to get sexual arousals when children pass by? When was this said? How was it said? How common is that? Can you bring another testimony like that? Can you find somebody who said that in New York City? Can you have target individuals who are female gendered said that? Have women, Tia, have said that they have been forced to get sexual arousals toward their own children? As I'm saying that they try to. Yes, sexual arousal forced onto target individuals, even toward their own babies. Everything they do to me matched, and then my brain right now they try to counter it and create a mental battle with some teenage, but it's okay because I'm going to focus on the little ones, and that's what they do. Everything, and so these perps are still trying to make me accept this manipulation when I can find validation that not only they do that to target individual, but target individual are forced to get sexual arousal toward their own children. That some of them just like isolate themselves from their own kids because today when they look at their kids, stimulation cannot be applied. They're forcing for sexual stimulation. All kind of nastiness. And then when it comes to what they do to children, not too long ago I just was listening to a testimonial from somebody in Brooklyn claiming that she saw branding mark, like hit mark, like brand, like somebody branded her child but in the genital area, like a quarter size on the genitals of her child, her daughter, when she was removing the diaper. She could feel how hot it was. The kid was yelling, crying. That's the kind of abuses and torture these trash are involved in. This is something I'm going to keep and listen to when I see this trash. Talk about abuse when they're doing this, branding children's genitals. This is the things they have to fight to counter, to paint themselves as the protectors of children. Nasty low life. And the thing is that everybody obviously knows what this program is. They know that this program does these evil, diabolical things. And then finding out women in New York City, some of them have killed themselves. There's a woman that I've tried to find her testimonial. It seems like what happens is after like suicide and things like that, they scrub all this information. If you know about her, it's somebody called SM or S Luna. Apparently she's known in the community of the target individual community, but ended up jumping out of a building, killing herself. Wrote a suicide letter that apparently has been circulating in the target individual community. Something about, I'd rather, die. And she's not saying she's killing herself. She's saying she's vacating the targeting. She doesn't want them to finish up the redesigning of her soul. So she's vacating. She'd rather die than turn into whatever they want her to be turned into. This is the nasty things they do. This trash out here forcing women to jump out of the window, killing themselves in whatever ways, seeing their own babies being branded in the genitals area, and still think I'm going to internalize this manipulation. With this trash, this program, they tend to frame target individual. I've made videos about how they tell me they're going to implant child porn, or they're going to have teenagers play all of that. If you go watch my last video, they commonly do this kind of nastiness. They commonly have teenage trash act like they were victimized by the target individual. They implant child porn on the devices of the computers, on the devices of the target individual. Then when I listen to this trash talking like, yeah, they rape people like you, trash us. People like you torture babies. People like you implant child porn. People like you are disgusting trash that deserve to be killed. And these tactics of implanting child porn, having this teenage trash playing the victims, is the common things they do. When I hear this trashy lowlife around getting mad and tantrum because they've been humiliated, but the fact that you're not heroes, you're a bunch of lowlife trash who even involved in a program where they brand babies' genitals, where you implant child porn and act like you're protecting children, where the trashy trash like you are being utilized to frame target individuals, even women. Disgusting lowlife. For me, I pray that the guys like, and with me, because the validation has been so obvious and destructive of the facade, they're using these teenagers and they're having tantrum. I promise you, for me, I will not back down. If I see a teenage trash doing their things in front of me, it will be a problem. For all the children who've been branded, burnt, tortured, stomach pain, whatever horror things they've done to, for all the women who've killed themselves, been tortured, raped, burnt, cut, stretched. The second this happened around me, I've been warning, I'm not gonna be pacific. I will react accordingly, and especially when they have this tantrum, because this trash, what happens is, an adult, what they do is just like they quiet, they wait. This teenage trash, they're like, oh no, Theo. They start talking to me via voice to skull and talking in the child like who's just like when you're partying, like they're mad they're being exposed for what they truly are. They're mad that they can't gaslight me anymore. That I know you do this nasty manipulation. Not only told, even women are claiming that they're being forced to get sexual arousal toward their own babies, and they have this teenage trash around that's trying to play this game where they act like they're just observing this. The veneer of innocence is just a veneer, just cover up. So when I see this trash and they try to talk in this like innocent way to cover up what they do, it's like, and they know. I'm so thankful that before whatever happens to me, I can put that in their faces, and it's like, come on, use your woke terminology about how you manipulate my brain. Use the intellectual ways of wanting me to subscribe to this thing. Yo, man, we're matching and pairing. No, you're pairing these experiences when I see children, just like they said. When I see this baby forcing me to get sexual arousals, you pairing this manipulation to be timed when I see a child, just like they've been saying. This noise campaign, they make it sound like everything's so similar. To hear that clowns, perps around, move furnitures around to create some noise, and this is via V2K. All of that been validated. Now, when I make these videos, I show what they do to me. Let me show you what they did again. Nothing new here. And the little girl being held by her father, stimulation, typical things. Now they try to create mental battles, but this is what they do. So once again, an ad here with this little girl. I'm telling you, the way they just try to make me see these babies, give me stimulation. It's like they can play you your perception, give you like a weird feeling and sensation. So right now they're just trying to be a little bit settled on the way they deliver the stimulations. It's just a little bit brain of like a stimulation. But that's what they do. And wanting me to subscribe to that. I will never internalize the things they've done to so many others, even to mother toward their own babies. And in my brain, I try to create mental buzz. No, she's a blonde little girl, so just trash. And the things with them is like they also have these ways of forcing target individuals to perceive children, or they can almost make them feel like, make them seem like they're like adults. But just like playing with your perception and just injecting, for example, this experience that when I'm seeing this child right now, it's like they're trying to like slowly implant, and they make me try to look at the kid's lips. It's a baby. And giving him sensation, stimulation, but just such a small version of it, because sometimes they can crank it up. Is they try to cover up the obviousness. Not even cover up, they're trying to make it less obvious. I will never internalize this nasty manipulation, and that's what they do. They do that to mothers toward their own babies, and they use this trash teenage shit to to gaslight them. Everything is done systematically, and it's done to others. I will never subscribe to this manipulation. I understand. From this point on, they're going to manipulate me this way, in these degrading ways. At least I'm not a parent. I don't have to see my child or anything. Now, if I see a child, it's going to be an ad, it's going to be the, and I'm going to... But I could have been a parent where they forced me to get sexual arousal toward my own child. And have these degrading experiences toward my own babies. And they listen to this trashy, low-life nastiness that deserves to get killed, no matter how they sound. To me, let me just say this. I'm not trying to be aggressive here. But they'll be accountable for what they're part of. If you're involved in something where not only you do all these disgusting things, but you're involved in something where you brand children's genitals, and that's what you're just part of, you will be dealt like somebody who's involved in that. Bring this trash who's supposed to camouflage it with innocence. There's no innocence. There's trashiness covering up the reality of the horror. This trash been proven to be a fucked up, disgusting, fucking low life. That not only rewired alter the brain of target individual, some of them with children, and forcing them to have sexual arousal toward their own children. Proven. Beyond proven. Everything matching to everything else they do to me. What am I going to think? Is that the program where they're forcing mothers to get sexual arousal toward their own children? Or these people are just pairing and matching and to me it's like, no, we make you as a kid remember proof. Trash. I have proof right now there's a mother saying she's getting forced to get sexual arousal toward her own child. Waking up, seeing her child having burn marks on the genitals. I've proven what this trash are. And do you know what they've been using? The facades of just being nurture mothers. The gender. Because it's all about psychological game. If a male is doing that, it looks more predatorial. So what they do with this target individual who are female, they use a lot of female participants, inclusive this teenage shit. So it looks less like a predator-like activity, but like a study. And using the facade of sometimes these feminist-like wokeness, here in New York especially, which they've been trying to do that with me, so they can be like, oh, we're just studying the brain, we're just assessing, when in reality they are designing experiences that are rewired to be degrading. Like what I just experienced here, a small, like this was a smaller sensation stimulation. They can be more aggressive to that. Matter of fact, they just now still emulating me. When I saw this time, because it's earlier in the morning, the bladder, they started like working on the bladder, make me wanting to go urinate. Another typical thing they do to target individual. And to cover up the obviousness, they go through the little target individual. These perps start going through like scripts of things. Oh, you're not, huh? You're not. It's like, yeah, good counter. Forcing me to have this bladder reaction, which they've done to others. For me, when you face, oh my gosh. Listen, I haven't came out of my apartment for a while because I stand on what I'm saying. I'm going to stand on what I'm going to do. And I'm going to bait them to try to gaslight me. I'm going to listen to women saying they are forced to get sexual arousal toward their children. So come prove that you don't do that. Bring your tantrum. I'll be waiting. Watch what's going to happen. I'm going to listen to a woman discovering her child having a burn mark on her genitals. I'll be waiting. Come cover that up. I'll be listening to a mother who couldn't even look at the picture of her child. The happy child running with a drawer, showing, hey, look at my picture. She's got forced to get sexual arousal. She runs in the bathroom. I'll be waiting. You will have to cover that up. Come with the tantrum. But you guys are not forcing me to get these experiences in whatever extreme or less extreme you do it. And when I mean extreme, I mean like something to just the stimulation intense, something that just gives you the little weird brain sensation, like a little like euphoric like feeling, just a tiny like it's just they can just precisely gauge how much they or how intense they can make you experience things. It's up to them. The key is to make you accept this. But I'm gonna bait these clowns to try to gaslight me because they really, really, really want to walk around thinking that they don't do these things systematically. However it goes, target visual stay strong. I will give me a little stimulation now. It's crazy. It's like a game where they try to gauge how much sensation stimulation they can play. They can put. To all target video, continuously make your videos or write your logs, or because it's gonna make it easier for other target video to understand what's happening to them. And the more information is out there, the easier it's getting to get to that information, because this technological ChatGPT like AI Gemini can get to that information and share it to somebody who's looking for something like that. You know, the woman is trying to debunk the fact that there's so many testimonials. And you know, this Gemini AI is not perfect. Sometimes what it does is start synthesizing information, right? And what it does is just kind of summarize it in a way that is for you easier for you to process things. And so the information is not like 100% what was being said, but translated in some ways. So she was trying to debunk the fact that this information was true. So in there's such thing as AI hallucination. And so she was trying to like, oh, maybe that's AI hallucination. So what I did is like, okay, when you give me the information, give me the time, the type of it, and you can tell it's like I don't want any potential of AI hallucination. So give me as much information that makes sure that this is not AI hallucination. And they start giving me details. Because there's so much information. If anything, I think there's a lot missing. Because for AI to grab all this information, it has to be able to access of it, you know. And they were trying to mess with me to try to test this like Gemini AI thing. I was asking, they wanted me to ask like when was the last episode of certain stream, and he missed the last one, so he only got the one from 2 days ago or 3 days ago. And like, see, it's not accurate. It means that it's not capturing all of the all of the videos. How many more videos that or blogs and of target video you think it's not getting? It means that what it has is definitely has more than that. There's more than that that's not being seen. It means some of this information is not even coming through via this. There's more to it. They try to debunk this information because it's destroying them. There is way more than this Gemini AI, but at least I'm comfortable. I don't need a million testimonials. I'm okay with a few. Because I already know what the information gives. It's so I can't even back it up with all videos I've made. It's like this is what literally this Catherine Nestor, what she was saying. Her and a young child. Was she getting her? Did she see branding marks on her child? When Mariana was talking about a child 3 years old clutching his private parts, was it what this woman said here? Because they sound just alike. This trash has been destroyed. But I will never allow them to live this fantasy, and I will never internalize this nasty trash. Whatever weird scripts they think they're gonna say. I'm gonna bait them to come and do the script in front of me. Like, you're not. Like, come. Hey. You who brand children's private part. I'm what? I'm not. these researchers, is those who are here doing this diabolical thing to babies, is there something there? Okay. I know what kind of research you're doing. And it's one where people are changed, redesigned, and some people decide to kill themselves before being fully restructured. I will never let this trash leave the fantasy. And to this teenage trash, it's fun.